Justin Hardy joins us on Pirate Radio Live to talk about training camp going on with the Ottawa Redblacks up in Canada. Justin, good to chat with you again, man. Doing all right today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good. You in that day to day grind right now? Is it? I know talking to guys when you're at ECU and fall camp or guys in training camp, the days kind of drag. So like, is it? You know what day it is? Is it like Groundhog Day, one day after the next?
It's definitely that. I just show up the next day and just go to work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Justin going to work paid off for him last year. League leader in catches, second in receiving yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay, Justin, I'm going to criticize you for one thing. Got to get those touchdown numbers up, right?
Got to. You right. You definitely right.
How about that, man? Leading the league in catches, second in receiving yards. You take a lot of pride in what you do, but do those numbers mean anything to you personally?
Uh, as far as the numbers go, I think that's the standard for me for the next year. Whatever those numbers were the year before, I set that as my standard going into the next year and just try to outdo myself.
I mean, a lot of things separate the great receivers from the good receivers. For you, watching you at East Carolina, great hands, obviously, but you're just open, always open. Like how does Justin Hardy always get open? Where some guys have difficulty doing that.
I think just being a student of the game, just learning, being able to play it, getting those reps, seeing different things, just understanding the game in total, helps out a lot.
Defense's job is to stop you, but also disguise maybe what they're doing pre-snap. So, how often do you look at what's happening across from you and know what they are doing? Is that like 80%, 90% of the time, less than that? How often do you know what they're doing defensively?
It's probably about 80 to 90% of the time I kind of know what's going on. But like the practice for the week of the game, that whole week I'm seeing all the looks that the team usually does. So it's kind of preparing me for the game day that I actually see what I see and just go out there and play ball.
Is that tough earlier in the year? Or with a new coach on a new team, you're watching. I guess what they did last year, maybe a little preseason, and you guys probably don't show much preseason. But how difficult is it when you don't have all that scouting ready and you're kind of out there just going by instinct?
Um, 9 times out of 10, people are who they are.
Right.
They could be at different places, call different games, but they kind of majority of the time stay true to who they are. So it doesn't necessarily have to be preseason. I could take a coach's defensive strategy from 3 years ago and watch film on that because, like I said, it's not going to change too much. So that definitely helps out a lot. Like I said, just being a student of the game, watching the film, and seeing different things.
And a lot of times, you know what they're doing, they know what you're doing, so it's a matter of who's better. So, who are the elite corners in the CFL, Justin? Guys that have done a good job against you, or you've gone toe to toe with?
Man, that's a hard question. I really don't see too many corners. More so, like I said, I play in the slot a lot,
Okay.
so I'm seeing different guys, linebackers, strong safeties up here is what they call it, which is like the Sam sometimes or boundary half. I see those guys a lot, but I rarely see too much man. I'm usually getting a lot of zone, so just understanding zones and just knowing where the holes are kind of helps out a lot.
How about, and we've had people tweet in and wanted me to ask you this, and I'm sure we've discussed it in the past, but as far as your ECU days, NFL days, what corners have you respected the most that you've faced off against?
Oh man, shoot, you gotta get me thinking. Uh, I went over with Patrick Peterson. He was a good
Yeah.
guy. Um, corners. That's tough. Cause like I rarely know names. I just see X's. So
Sound
whoever's
like a
out there, they
coach.
out there.
Yeah. Well, how about who? How about this? Like watching film over the years, who are the biggest disruptors? Like whether it be a D lineman or a linebacker. I know you're watching the secondary, but guys you kind of have to watch out for? Is there anybody that said, look, we got to know where this guy is at all times on defense? Anybody come to mind for you?
Is that in the NFL or in the
Yeah.
CFL?
Yeah.
NFL.
NFL.
Shoot, really the front seven of most teams. You kind of got to understand like what kind of guys they got. Um, Majority of the time, the front seven is going to kind of dictate how your back end works. You can get away with a average back end DBs with a awesome front seven. So it really come down to schemes a lot. So I would say like those teams that got those great front seven. It kind of definitely got to make sure we know what they are.
Justin, I saw a picture this weekend of the premier rookies, whatever, 2015 draft class. And at first, I didn't know what I was looking at. I just saw some jerseys and some faces, and I was like, wait, that's Jamison Crowder. That's Matt Jones. So it was your class. And it's just funny how in sports we think guys are old, but in life, like you're not an old man, but in football terms, you're getting up there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
So it's crazy how time flies like that. But man, what do you like? Does that seem like a really like a lifetime ago to you, or does it seem like yesterday that you were drafted by the Falcons?
It doesn't seem like a lifetime. The only time it seemed like that is when you have guys come up to you that's younger than you and be like, "Yeah, I played with you on Madden" or something like that, NCAA, and they're like, "Ah, man,
Yeah,
I'm really getting up there."
yeah. It is funny how we put you guys out to pasture when you're like 28 years old or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, you showed last year. You still got a lot of football left in you. How is the training camp going, Justin? How are the young guys coming along, and how are you, the vet, coming along day to day?
Training camp is going good. It's training camp at the end of the day. Definitely got to take care of your body. Make sure you in those in the what you call it. You in the playbook. Definitely know your plays and make sure you putting your best foot forward for practice. Everybody is seem like they're getting used to each other. Trying to get on the same page. So which is why we out here. So it's always good to see.
You getting in that extra work with the QBs, Justin? Is that something you do in CFL training camp? I know that's important at the college and pro level, right?
Definitely, I definitely try to find time during practice to get with those guys. Usually probably during the special team period where I just get down there, just catch, just talk things through with the quarterback. So anytime I get a chance to, I do.
What are the mid late May temperatures in Ottawa these days?
Man, it was cold today. I will say that it was probably like maybe 45 degrees today.
Man, well, as you know, growing up in Eastern North Carolina, can't relate to that.
Cannot.
It's smoking out there today. So,
Right.
uh, Justin, would you prefer a nice hot day or 45-degree practice? What's better for you?
Hmm. To be in the middle would be great.
Right.
But if I had to choose, I would go more so hot than cold.
All right.
Because for me, once my hands and my feet get cold, it's over with.
Yeah. Yeah. 10-4. How about when you play during the like? What is during the summer? So Canadian summers. I know I've seen some like winterized Grey Cups and stuff like that, but like week to week early in the year, are you playing at a pretty ideal temperature?
Yeah, it's pretty hot at the beginning of the season. Once we hit probably after Labor Day, the temperature start to change a little bit.
Okay. You got you. Justin Hardy joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live as he gets ready for the upcoming CFL season. Justin, Holton Ahlers got in the end zone in the UFL this
I
weekend,
seen that.
and uh, ECU old backup quarterback, I say backup, third or fourth string quarterback, Cade Norman, went up there to see his buddy Holton play, and he scored a touchdown, threw the ball in the stands. Caden caught it, and
Nice.
so I started thinking about celebrations, and I don't remember Justin Hardy being a big celebration guy. Like, what's have you ever had a planned celebration or something other than celebrating with your teammates? Have you ever done anything crazy?
Crazy? No. I would say this like when I got to ECU, Coach K was like, "Act like you've been here before when you score," and that's always stuck with me. Act like you been here. So I never really been big on celebration, but I will celebrate with my team.
Yeah. And again, I go back to this. When you get to the league, you're with Julio, Roddy White. Like I don't remember those guys being over the top either, really.
Nope,
Right?
nope.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what I've been seeing. So that's what I know.
Right. And I mean, I don't hate on. A lot of people say, "Hey, be like Barry Sanders and give the ball to the ref." Okay, that's one way to do it. Or you
Right,
could be like Chad Johnson and go grab some pom poms, Terrell Owens, whatever. Like I'm fine with it. It makes it fun, I think. But
right.
sometimes the planned ones are a little over the top, I guess. But for you, it don't matter. The bottom line, you want to score a touchdown, right?
I want to score. That's it.
Yeah, that's all what it comes down to. Justin Hardy joining us today, courtesy of Social House Vodka. You can get Justin's own personal brand, the J Rock Limited Edition, and drink like a pro drinks with the like Justin Hardy with the Social House, and be a nice time to grab one on Tuesday night. We got Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final, Justin. So final little hockey down here. ECU
Looking
baseball
good.
in the postseason conference tournament on Tuesday, so we're following some of that stuff. You, what are you doing outside of football right now? Anything? You watching anything? Keeping up with anything?
At this moment right now, playbook. Taking care of
Student
my
of the
body.
game.
Like right now, I'm really like dialed in, really focused on this season. So really, too much outside of that, I ain't really taking parts in.
Man, you got a lot of knowledge, Justin. And I asked you how you get open. You said student of the game, free time, playbook. I know I've asked you this, but like coaching, teaching, maybe even something as small as like having your camps and stuff. Is football going to be in your post play and future in any way? You think?
At some point in time, I think so. Maybe not so much on coaching a lot of people, but most so on the personal level. I think I see myself doing.
Like training, maybe something like that, or
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, got you. Well, Justin, good stuff, man. Appreciate you joining us today. Well, by the way, it is Monday. Tomorrow will be Tuesday. I know the days get lost in training camp, so but
I
good luck
appreciate
to
it.
you, man. We'll check in with you again next week and talk more football with you.
Sounds good. See you guys.